Yeah.
What are you doing?
So, are we doing solos today?
Yes, we will have a chance to do solos today.
Oh, you're doing solos.
Because last week and before last week.
Where you just play.
Yeah, I know. We had a lot of things to do, and then today I have a plan for solos. And if you guys have the beach ball game printed, you can play that during solo, or we are also going to work on composing a little bit today. So if you want to work on your composition during solo time, that's going to be a great opportunity to work on that too. I like your bun, Adelina. That looks great. Your hair. Do you like wearing your hair in a bun like that?
Well, it's not really a bun because.
Oh, you just wrapped the ponytail. Oh, that's very clever. My ponytail won't do that. It won't stay. My hair is too thick. Hi, Eva Ann. How are you?
Is Annika coming?
You know, I'm not, now that you ask, I'm not 100% sure. I know that last week they had kind of borrowed a piano to come to class, but I'm not sure if they're going to join us today. Hopefully. Ooh, that's awfully, that was your birthday, Jan? Wow, happy birthday. And you're 8 now or 7? 7. Oh, congratulations on being 7. Being 7 is very exciting.
I'm not even 7.
Are you turning 7 on your next birthday though, Adelina? Yes, that's what I thought. Okay, well, why don't we start? If Annika joins us, we'll let her in. What do you have there, Yvonne? Oh, you are already writing some music. Lovely. Okay, here we go. Ready to sing, guys? When the sun peeks from behind the clouds, the sunbeams sing and play. We will be together when it's sunny. It is our music day. Then we'll see who's joining in the fun. Clap your hands and tap your toes. Keep time with everyone. Now, do you guys think that you could tap your nose at a moderato speed? Not too fast, not too slow. Tap your nose. Not your toes, your nose. You guys are so silly. Tap your nose. Moderato, not too fast, not too slow. Good. Can you tap your ear? Adagio. Very slowly. Tap your ear, adagio. Wow, that's really slow, Dan. That's amazing. He's like in slow-mo. It's like his camera is doing slow-mo motion. Good. Could you pat your back? Allegro. Kind of quick. Pat your back quick. Allegro. Good. Could you, now that your hand is on your back, can you tap your elbow presto? Super fast. Good. Now that we're all twisted up like a pretzel, do you think this is a good way to do music? Twisted like a pretzel? Probably not, hey? Okay, we have one more though. So we've done moderato, allegro, presto, adagio. We need to do some, oh wait, no, we did moderato. Oh, we need to do andante, walking speed. Why don't hold out your hand and show me a walking speed with your fingers. Walking, 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 walking. Very nice job. Okay, we're gonna play our G major scales first thing. So if you guys would like to get your chord charts out, I would like to do it the same way we did it last week, where we do right hand up and down, left hand up and down, and then hands together, okay? So remember, when we do it this way, our right hand is usually pretty good. Our left hand is sometimes not as good as our right hand. So if you need to be reminded, the finger numbers are on top and underneath the scale at the top there, okay? So you can look on your page for some advice if you need it. So we're gonna do right hand first, thumb on G. 1, 2, 3, tuck. Don't forget the tuck after 3. 1, 2, ready, go. G, A, B, tuck, C, D, E, F sharp, G, F sharp, E, D, C, fly over, B, A, G. Hey, pretty good, you guys. Okay, left hand's turn. Now, left hand is a little bit more challenging because we use all 5 and then we fly. We don't tuck until the way down, okay, guys? So put your 5 on G. We're going to go up, then down. Ready, go. G, A, B, C, D, fly over top. E is 3, sharp, G, sharp, 3, now under. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, giving me thumbs up for good, medium for bad, and down, or sorry, good, medium, bad. Tell me how your left hand did today. Now I have a question for you. Was it better or worse than last week? Better is up and worse is down. Was it better than last week? So kids, the more often we try it, the better it gets. Okay, let's do hands together now. This one, you should be awesome at hands together, right? Because we try hands together a lot. So right hand find a G and left hand find your red chord. Great, here we go. Eva, and you need to sit up tall, my friend. Nice, straight back, good. All right, mom's trying to help you. You got to let her help, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. This is G with a red chord. This is A with a green chord. This is B. Now tuck your thumb. This is C with a blue chord. This is D with a red chord. This is E with a blue chord. Now the sharp. This is F sharp with a green chord. This is G with a red chord. And if you really like some fun, you can make your left hand kind of or your right hand travel down after that. Okay, just double check here. Okay, perfect. Thumbs down for Adelina for hands together. I'm so surprised. I didn't think it would be thumbs down. What happened?
But she wasn't paying attention. She was watching you as she's trying to play, and then she ended up missing like a couple notes. And I'm like,
okay, so that's probably a good lesson for us. Hey, Adelina. Mm-hmm. You can focus on your own page when it's time to play. Great. Okay, guys. Now, for composing today, I want to start with rhythm stories. Okay, so can you guys get out your rhythm story bags? And I'd like everybody to write a 3-4 time rhythm story, but your own story. So don't write my story. I already wrote mine. And I just want you to make it nice and simple. Don't make it too complicated. If you want a blueberry, please only pick one blueberry. If you want TTs, don't do too many TTs in a row, okay? Tam-ti-ta is great, but if you do tam-ti-ta, then maybe do like half note dot on the other side. So keep it nice and simple, nothing too complicated, and you're gonna write your story. So let's start with our straws, and then our 3 beats, red, white, white, red, white, white, 3-4 time, and then fill in the stuff. And it's your own pick, whatever you think is best. Sorry, I just had to plug in my iPad there, guys. Good, okay, looking good. Now, whatever you want can go in the story today. And as you're working on that, I'm just gonna put the whiteboard up here so that we can start writing down some ideas. I can still see you guys though, okay? So if you have any questions, just raise your hand or let me know that you're looking for something. Hi, Annika.
That's good.
Oh, looking good, Dan.
Hi, Annika.
So Annika, we were just writing our own 3-4 time rhythm stories. So you can write a rhythm story in 3-4 time using whatever pieces you want, okay? Okay, now I see Dan is done. Eva Ann is done. No tie. Yeah, I don't think that's the tie is a good idea. But Eva Ann, you should add one ta because Tam T only gets 2. So try to do Tam T ta in your first one, okay? And then Edelina looks like she's ready to go. Okay, so Dan, Edelina, and Eva Ann, can you guys tell me, we're going to pick one key to work on today. Do you think we should pick C major or A minor or G major? What do you think, guys?
A minor.
Oh, and Dan was first, so he got it. He picked A minor. Now let's think about A minor. When we do our A minor hand position, our 5 fingers would be A, B, C, D, E, right? So what I want you guys to do is I want you to go to your piano and I want you to look at your rhythm story and I want you to try some notes. Now, can I just show you a few examples? Don't just try the same thing over and over again. Try some different things. So I'm going to try ta, ti, ti, ta, half note, ta. I didn't really like that one. I'm going to try a different thing. Ta, ti, ti, ta, half note, ta. Ooh, I really kind of like that one, but I'm going to try another one. I'm going to maybe start on my finger 3 this time. Oh, I kind of like that one too. So try out as many different things as you can think of until you come up with one idea that you like, okay? This was my idea that I really liked. If you have an idea that you like and you want to show it to me, you can raise your hand and you can unmute your mic and show me your cool idea. Do you have one you want to show me, Eva? I'd love to hear it. So play it for me on your piano, whatever you think your great idea could be.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
she just want to show her old song.
Oh, you just want to show your old song.
That's a G
Let's see.
major
Oh yeah,
song.
you can
though.
show that one to everybody. That's a great idea. That's lovely. You did some hard work on that song. I would be proud of it too if I had written it.
Want to tell the name of the song?
The name is Hello Alien.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I love it.
You want to sing that first? See, just like this. Want to sing it?
Do you know what you could do, Eva Ann? You could take a picture of it and email it to me so that I could see it if you're a little too shy to sing it. You can send it to me on my email this week if you like, okay?
You can ask teacher Kenzie.
Can I play it on the piano?
That would be fantastic. I'd love to hear it. Yeah, there she is. You got your rhythm story? Perfect. Good.
Let's go to this G. Let's go to this G. From that, I hold longer. Okay, and then go back to that's easy. Okay. Skinny D and they are. Oh, you write it really low, right? You write your chord so low. And DC 要分那个头。D 位，可以用3。Jump. Both hands jump. Please jump to yes. Jump to B. Okay. Jump. Here. You always want to jump from here. You can jump from here. Jump here and jump. Okay. Jump one more. Jump. Skip one key. Jump. F sharp and A. F sharp and low C. Low C. And both landed on G. This G and this G. Might hold longer.
That sounds like a really cool start, Eva Ann. Nice work. Okay, Dan, are you ready to show me your idea? It looks like you have an idea that's ready to show. Can you play me your idea? Unmute your mic first, buddy. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I love the jump at the end. What a fantastic idea. Excellent job. Edelina, are you ready to show your idea? Okay, go ahead, Edelina.
Mike.
I'm done.
I love that huge jump from G all the way up. That's so cool. Great job. Annika, did you have an idea that you want to share with us? Let's hear your idea.
Can I play it?
Yes, please do.
You want to see it first?
I see a blueberry in there. That looks pretty cool. Oh, wow. This is going to be exciting, guys. Can we hear it, Annika?
Okay, Annika.
Play it for us. Wonderful. Okay, did you guys notice how she used patterns? So she used the fun rhythm story and then she used jump up high patterns. What a great idea, Annika. Okay, kids, now that you all have an idea, now look at the screen for a second. This is one way that you can just write down your ideas. You can write them down quickly to remind yourself what your ideas were. This is very fast and easy. You write the rhythm story and then you put the letters on top. But I would also like you all to try this week. I'm going to just show you here to write some of your ideas on the staff, on treble clef and bass clef. So the first thing you need to do is put your 3/4 time at the beginning of every line. Sorry, I'll use a better color. So put 3/4 time at the beginning. Now watch how I do mine. So mine was E, D, D, E. Then I had a measure. When you're drawing measure lines, start at the top of Mrs. Treble Clef and go all the way to the bottom of Mr. Bass Clef. Now, kids, look at me carefully. Use a ruler. If you don't have a ruler, use the edge of your tin sheet. Okay, the tin sheet is very straight. It will help you draw straight lines. Now, look, mine were not half notes. They were tas and titis. So I fill the circles in. And then I give them the arms. Should the arms be going up or down? Does anybody know? Which way should I put the arms of my notes? Annika?
Up.
Well, if I put them up here, these poor guys are flying in the air above the water. Remember, if they're above line 3, I want to put them down just like this. And I know it looks a little silly. Now, kids, please don't do this. Look, are you ready to laugh at my terrible mistakes? Get ready to have a good laugh, okay? Sometimes kids hand in songs that look like this. That's hilarious, right? Don't do that. Okay, you need to give them longer stems. The stems have to go about 3 spaces. Don't do this either, like a really weird little TT like that. Okay, make the stem go down first and then do the across. Don't try to do it all in one. Sometimes I see kids do TTs like this. Oops, I'll do one more like that. That's not a TT. That's just like a V. That doesn't work. Okay, so try to be as neat as you can. In the left hand, you can add chords or you can add single note, the same as the songs that we've been doing, okay? Now, kids, it's going to be really challenging for me to help you with composing this year. Normally, I give you lots and lots of help, and it's going to be a little bit more challenging because I'm not in the same room as you guys, okay? So here's what I think we should do. Try to write down as much as you can on your staff paper. Once you get stuck or if you get lost or you're not 100% sure what you could do, write as much as possible on your paper, then take a picture of it and email it to me, okay? I've made a special folder for all of the Sunbeam 2 songs. That way, if I can give you advice, I can write it. I have my stylus, I'll write it right on the thing and send it back to you. And you get the added bonus, kids, listen carefully on this one. If you send me your song this week, I will play it for the class next week. So it's always kind of fun to make me play your songs, right? But I can't do it unless you send it to me on my email, okay? Because when you hold up your paper to the camera, it's really too hard for me to see what you've written down. So do your best to write as much as possible this week and then send it to me. Now, kids, I have a question, one last question. What should you do if you don't know how to write a chord? Does anybody have any ideas? Okay, I know that for kids, this sometimes seems like cheating. Find in your W pages what the chord looks like and then copy it, okay? Parents, often I see in Sunbeam 2s especially, because our kids are getting a little bit more independent at a lot of tasks, parents kind of push them and they're like, yeah, go ahead, do it all. You can do it, no problem. Don't look at the book, don't look at any helpful things. This might be one of those things where they do need a little bit of extra support in terms of copying something out of the book or something like that. With like their school writing, they're doing so much practice that they should be more independent with that. But with this, we're doing so little of actual like note writing that they might need a little bit of extra help or a little bit of extra support. So one thing that I've often suggested to parents is if the kids are really struggling, you draw the circles for the notes and then the kids fill them in and add the beams, okay, and the lines. But sometimes kids just really struggle to be neat at this size and they haven't had a lot of practice doing it. So my advice would just be a little bit patient, give them a little bit of extra help if they need that stuff. Generally speaking, we do want them to be in the kids' handwriting, but if they need you to draw the circle and then they colored in, I don't think that's a big deal at all. Okay, phew, that's a lot of talking about composing. So later on during solo time, if you want to do some more composing and write down more ideas, you can do that then. But for now, can we grab our tin sheets, please, guys? So grab your tin sheet and we're going to start on the keyboard side today. And we're just going to start with one magnet, first of all, on G. So everybody put one magnet on G. Oh my goodness, I feel like I'm losing stuff because I keep putting it in the wrong spot. So kids, you don't have to write this part. I'm just going to show you. Remember last week when we tried writing this key signature of G major, we had sharp, sharp, one on F line up here and one on F line down here. And we said that this makes all of the Fs into F sharps. And it also is kind of our signal that we're in G major, not C major anymore. So if we had blank, it's C major or A minor. And if we have one sharp, it's G major. But today I would like to discover what the minor is. So major and minor live together in the same house. Major lives upstairs and minor lives downstairs. And there are only 3 stairs in the house. So watch what I'm going to do to my G. I'm going to make him walk down 1, 2, 3 stairs. So watch him. He has to step on white stairs and black stairs. 1, 2, 3. Can you take your G down 3 stairs? Hopefully you all landed on E just like me. Did you land on E? Yes, perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to build a scale from E to E, but it has to include F sharp. We cannot leave it out because it's sharing a key with G major. So watch where the sharp goes, kids. Oh, wow, look at that. Right away, we go E, F sharp. Then we're going to go to G. E, F sharp, G, A, B. Oh no, some of my magnets only stick on one side. C, and then D. So E to E with F sharp. Now, I hope that you can repeat after me. This is E minor natural. Okay, E minor natural. Yes, Adelina, what's your question? Oh, you'll have to unmute first.
Do you know the chord thing about E?
Like the chord bonanza thing.
Yes. Yeah. Did you try that already?
Each day I play it too.
Wow. Great job, Adelina. That looks great, Dan. Perfect.
I know all the.
You know all the chords. She's a rock star for chords. Now, kids, I just want to remind you that word we said, E minor natural, that's the name of this scale. It does not mean that every note is a natural. It means that we match the key. Exactly. We use the sharp that's in the key, but we do not add anything. So a better way of thinking about E minor natural is saying nothing added, nothing extra. Now, this kind of sounds a little bit strange. Are you ready to play it with me? Pop your tin sheet up on your keyboard there. When you put your hand out ready, kids, finger 2 is the one that you're going to have to watch very carefully. If you rest your 2 on F, you will make a mistake right away. So rest your finger 2 up on F sharp. So we can go E, F sharp, G. Okay? Do not let your finger 2 rest on F. So get your hand ready, nice round spider fingers. Thumb on E, 2 resting on F sharp, and 3 ready for G. Don't let your wrist go too high, Annika. Try to keep your wrist nice and flat. Good. Ready, go. E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, D, C, B, A, 3, G, F sharp, E. Kids, I'm sorry, I forgot to remind you about the tuck. Did everybody remember to tuck? Or did everybody forget to tuck? You remember to tuck, Eva? Oh no, she's giving me thumbs down. She's saying she forgot to tuck. Oh no. Everybody forgot to tuck? Adelina remembered. Let's try it one more time, guys. 1, 2, 3, tuck. I will remind you this time. I apologize. Here we go. Thumb on E. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, tuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, sharp, 1. Very good. Now, kids, this is not, oh, that was thumbs up this time. Fantastic. This is not the only kind of minor that we have. We also have harmonic minor. To find harmonic minor, we have to find note number 7. This is note number 8. Number 7 is the one right before number 8. Can you guys find and touch number 7? It's D. Now we're going to make D into a sharp as well. Do you guys remember the party where E minor harmonic drinks too much 7-Up pop? The bubbles in the pop cause note number 7 to rise up and they go up to a sharp. So now we have 2 sharps. We have F sharp and D sharp. This is going to be very exciting. Let's give it a try with our fingers. Put your thumb on at E and your 2 on F sharp. Sit up tall, Annika. Nice round spider fingers. Get them ready to play. Here we go. Ready, go. E, F sharp, G, tuck, A, B, C. Now reach, D sharp, E, D sharp, C, B, A, over, G, F sharp, E. Now I see your thumbs down, Dan. Can I guess what you did? Did you play D sharp and D by accident? Sometimes that happens to people. They start coming down and they play D sharp and D and then they go, oh no, I'm supposed to skip D.
I did the sharp right beside C.
Oh, you did C sharp instead of D sharp. That's a very common mistake too. Don't worry about it too much, Dan. Just next time you play it, try not to play C sharp, obviously. But you know what? The first time we try any new minor, it can be a little bit crazy, right? And E minor is very strange. I don't think I've ever seen a scale like this before. White note, black note, 4 white notes, black note, white note. Yikes. Okay, it's a little bit crazy. Now, let's see. I want to show you a song. I'm going to get it up on my screen here. It's on K35. So if you guys would like to find it in your book, it's called K35 Moving. I don't know if anybody's already looked ahead. Sometimes people look ahead and they find it. Now, when we look at a new song, our first question is always, what key is it in? And the reason that we ask ourselves that question first is because if we can answer that question, it helps us with things. It helps us with our hand position. It helps us with our chords. It helps us even sometimes with what sharps we need. So when it's blank beside Mrs. Treble Clef, we said it was C major or A minor, but this one's not blank. Do you guys see what's there right beside treble clef and bass clef? I just drew a big yellow line so you could see what I'm looking at. I found a sharp. Now, the sharp is telling me it's either G major, who lives upstairs, or it's E minor, who lives downstairs. And we need to find more clues. We need to look for clues to see if it's G major or E minor. One of the easiest clues to use is looking at the last note. Can anybody read the last note for me? What is it? Eva Ann, what do you see?
E.
It's E, that's right. Another clue that you guys could use is you could read a chord. I see a red chord here. Can anybody read that red chord for me? Let's let somebody else try, Eva. Annika, could you read that red chord for me? What letters are in it?
Okay, there you go.
B, G,
Yeah, B.
and
Who's at the bottom?
C.
I don't think it's C. I think it might be E. E, G, and B. Now, kids, think for a second. Does that sound like Jeopardy to you?
G and B, right? They skip over.
No, it does not. It's not a G major Jeopardy. Okay, I think that we are seeing lots of clues that are pointing at E minor. Now, Edelina, you had your hand up. Is that because you know the last clue we could look for? No? Okay, the final clue, kids, is if there's a 7-up note anywhere. Does anybody see a 7-up note? Dan, do you see it? Do you know which one is the 7-up? We just tried it on our tin sheets. Yeah, what is it, Dan?
It's F.
Well, F was in there. That's right. We do have F sharp, but remember the extra sharp, the bonus one? What was it?
Oh, it's D.
Yeah, you're right. It's D sharp. So kids, all of my evidence here is saying that we are definitely not in G major. We are in E minor. So do you see up in the moving truck, I wrote E minor in the truck because I thought that was a little bit silly. If you would like to do the same as me, you can write E minor in the truck. It should be a lowercase e because whenever we talk about minors, we use lowercase letters. And for minors, we use the minus sign, not the plus sign. So you can write E minor in the truck. I think that you should color your F sharps at the beginning and find the F note in measure 1. You do not have to circle the chord or draw an arrow to the E at the end. Those were just clues that help us know we are definitely not in G major. We are in E minor. Now, does anybody know why it's important to decide if we're in E minor or G major before we even start? What do we change? What's different? Eva Ann, what do we do differently in E minor?
We actually do stuff that are like the same.
Some of the stuff is the same. And you know what? She's exactly right. We're still going to put our finger 5 on G at the beginning of this song for right hand. But is the chord the same? Nope. And we're probably going to get an E minor hand position for our left hand. It looks like I'm putting my thumb on B. So guys, the reason we look for this information is so that we can get the best possible hand position so that we can do the least amount of moving, which is funny because this song is called Moving, right? Now, there's one more word that I think is very important on this page, and I wonder if anybody can find the speed word. Oh, Annika, that hand was so fast. You better tell us what you saw.
Which word?
I saw
You point to it.
It's a tricky word to read, right? Do you want to try to sound? It doesn't sound out like English. I can help you if you like. Adagio. Adagio. Now, do you guys remember, is adagio slow or is it fast? Remember when we were touching, I think we were doing our ear today and we were going in like slow motion. And remember how Dan was going so slow, it looked like his camera was doing slow motion? Adagio is very slow. This song is sad and slow. It goes like this. Moving is no fun for me. It is very hard, you see. There are new kids all around the town. And do you guys want to hear that final chord? Let's see. Do you think this chord is happy or sad? How does that chord make you guys feel? Sad? Yeah, I totally agree. It's a very sad chord, okay? It sounds really, really sad, and you play it so slowly. Now, the nice thing about this one, guys, is it's just one hand to the other hand. It's going to be pretty easy for you to play, I think. So that'll be lots of fun. Let's turn to E7. We'll do some of our E page next. This is the one by Johannes Brahms. Does anybody remember a fact about Johannes Brahms from last week? Adelina, what do you remember about Johannes Brahms?
He is from Germany.
He is from Germany. I knew that that was the fact you were going to remember. Okay, does anybody else remember something about Johannes Brahms? Dan, what do you remember? Do you remember anything about him, Dan?
I was raising my head. I was putting my attention.
Oh, you were just stretching. Okay, I apologize. Annika, what do you remember about Johannes Brahms?
He was a babysitter.
He was a babysitter. That's right. He babysat Robert and Clara Schumann's kids, who they were both composers as well. And why did he do that? Do you remember why he babysat all their kids? He did that so he could get lessons from Robert and Clara and live in their house with them and learn from them. And it worked out pretty good for him because he became a famous musician. So that's good. I don't know if I would babysit 7 kids to become a famous musician, though. Does anybody else remember any other facts about Johannes Brahms? No. So remember, he moved to Austria. He was born in Germany, but he went to Austria, and we talked about how Austria was a great place for musicians to be together. He also was an accompanist for a violin player, Edward Remeni. What do you remember, Adelina?
He went to Austria to play.
Did I steal it? I'm sorry. Can you say it louder, Adelina?
Was he born?
No, where did he die?
He was born in Germany in the, I think the 1700s.
Where did
She
he
meant, where did he die? She was asking.
Oh, where did he die? He died in Vienna, Austria, right? He was born in the 1800s. I was wrong. Okay, guys, we're going to do the bottom today. So can everybody highlight the bottom of E7? So this is where there's all these T, 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 T's. And then for the last half, it's the ta, ta, tas. So we're going to do the bottom. Show me that you're ready to play by having your castanet up in view so I can see who's ready. And I'm going to get the music for us here. Perfect. Oops. Okay. So remember, this was a very famous lullaby. What do you have there, Dan? That looks like a cool instrument. Oh, that's your pen. Okay, I thought it was like a cool, like kind of like the boom whacker things. But it was just your pen really close to the camera. Good. Are you ready, Eva? Yeah, perfect. Okay, good job. Adelina's ready? Good. Oh, Adelina's even practicing. I love that. If you're ready, if you want to practice something, you can practice T, 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 sh, T, 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 sh, T, 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 sh. That's a repeating pattern that happens over and over. Now, I don't know if you remember from last week, the top 2 lines and the bottom 2 lines had repeating patterns, and they were different patterns from each other. So our first pattern for the bottom is T, 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 sh. And then for the second 2 lines, it goes ta, ta, ta. This is obviously the most difficult pattern we've ever tried to do, right, guys? Ta, ta, ta. It's so hard. Nobody here will even be able to do it. It's just the most challenging pattern. I'm being ridiculous, right, guys? Ta, ta, ta is super easy. Okay, here we go. We're reading the bottom. When I say go, we've got a TT. Ready, go. T, T, T. ta, 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 half note. Now, kids, this pattern is not hard to play, right? Give me a thumbs up if you got almost every single note right. It's kind of what I thought. I don't know, Dan. I think it was probably more close to a thumbs up. So I was thinking we could try, because it's so easy, we could try a harder skill. Instead of saying the rhythm words, let's count numbers. So this is a little harder. Can you try 1 and 2 and 3? 1 and 2 and 3. Give that a try on your castanet and say it out loud. 1 and 2 and 3. 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 So when we're counting numbers and we have a TT, we add the word and in between the numbers so that we have something to say every time we touch. Now for TAs, it's much easier. We go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Try this with me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Pretty easy, right, guys? So let's try it again. This time we're going to be counting numbers, not rhythm words. Okay. Ready, go. 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. 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 1 and 2 and now switch. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Good. Now I don't say 3 for the last one because the 3 was at the beginning. So kids, I'd like to know, how did you do with counting numbers? Good, medium, or bad? Pretty medium? Okay. Medium to good mostly? Okay, great job. Really, counting numbers isn't often a skill that we ask of this age group. It's something that I like to kind of dip my toe in and try with them because it is going to be really, really helpful later on as they get into the higher, more complicated stuff. So next year in Sunbeams 3, we'll be doing a lot more counting from the very beginning of the year. For now, in Sunbeams 2, I would just recommend it on anything that's really super easy like this, where it's just the TAs like that. That's counting 1, 2, 3 very easily. And I don't think that's really challenging for these guys. And it gives them kind of that experience when we come into the harder stuff next year. Okay, kids, I have a great L page for us today. Can you turn into the L's? I forgot what number it is though. Let me check. L23. So it's called tempo teasers. And each number has 3 different words beside it. Now I'm going to use one of the older kids' songs. I'm just going to show you the melody of this song. The melody goes like this. Some of you might have heard it before. I think some of you have older brothers or sisters who played that song. It's quite a fun little song. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it 3 different ways. And each time I play it, I want you to look at the options and see what the best possible choice is. So for number 1, we have andante, moderato, allegro. So andante is that walking. Moderato is not too fast, not too slow. And allegro is fast. So with your crayon or pencil, I want you to circle which one do I play. So here's number 1. Here it is again, number 1. Do you think it's walking, medium, or fast? What would you say? Eva Ann says allegro. What do you think, Adelina? Dan agrees with Eva, okay. What do you think, Adelina?
Allegro.
You think allegro? I agree. I think allegro is a perfect choice for number 1. Okay, let's look at number 2. Number 2 has some words we know. Andante, which is walking, of course. Moderato, which is not too fast, not too slow, kind of medium. And then, ooh, this is a good one. It says writ. Who can remember what writ stands for? Do you know, Dan?
just normal fast, I think.
No, it's actually getting slower. So remember we had it in Praties where it kind of was like putting on the brakes and we gradually slow down. So listen carefully. This one, kids, can I give you a hint? You might get to circle two things. I might do two of these things at once. Let's listen really carefully. Okay, what do you hear? Kind of like I ran out of batteries, right, guys? Have you ever had that on a toy or a game where it starts to run out of batteries and the song goes slower and slower and kind of gets distorted? You've had that happen? Okay, so what do we think? What did we hear? Did we hear andante, moderato, ritardando? What two things or one thing did you guys circle? Adelina, what did you circle?
Andante, moderato, and andante.
Moderato and andante? Well, you know what? It might have started out moderato and it kind of seemed like it went through moderato or andante, but I think rit might be the better choice here because it was gradually getting slower and slower and slower until it stopped, right? So ritardando, you should definitely circle. Now, kids, I would hear arguments. If you think it was andante, great. If you think it was moderato, great. Those two aren't very far apart. And as long as you have good reasons for what you picked, I think it's fine to circle either one, andante or moderato. Music sometimes makes people crazy because there's not always one right answer. Sometimes there's two right answers. It's because we all have different ears. If we all had the same ears, it would be easier to get one right answer. But because we're all different people and we all have different ears, it can be challenging to come to one right answer. Okay, guys, final one. Number 3, what are our choices? It says presto, fermata, and allegro. Who can remember the silly little rhyme for fermata? Do you guys remember that? Fermata, fermata, you hold it longer than you oughta. Okay, so fermata is like pushing the pause button on your Netflix or your Disney Plus show or whatever you're watching. If you push pause, everything freezes. Then you push play and it goes back to normal. Okay, so it's not like ritardando where it's running out of batteries. It's just a sudden stop and then it keeps going. So let's see what we hear. Are you guys ready for this? Number 3. What do you think? What did you hear? Annika, can you tell us what you heard?
I heard fermata, hold it longer than you oughta.
I agree. I also heard fermata in there, maybe even more than one fermata, hey? Dan, what did you hear? Did you think it was allegro or presto, Dan?
I think it's fermata.
I agree. I think it was fermata. But before it was fermata, what do you think, guys? Eva thinks it might have been presto before I did the fermata, right? Do you guys remember? There's the stop. So after the fermata and before the fermata, it was quite fast, right? Very fast, we might say. Presto. So quick. Great. Okay, go ahead and put your pencils to the side for a second, guys. And your solo today is going to be K27 River River. Okay, perfect. So I'd like to hear the whole song hands together, K27. Well, it's not your turn. You can do one of two things, or actually one of three things, I suppose. You could work on your composition, so you could write more music. You could practice until it's your turn, or you can play, and Eva's got it there, you could play the beach ball bounce game where you have the little beach ball cards and put them in the pails, okay? So you can do any one of those three things when it's not your turn. The order I'm gonna go in today, I'm gonna let Dan go first. We're gonna work backwards on our screen. So we're gonna go Dan, Annika, Eva Ann, and then Adelina, okay? Because I know sometimes the girls put their hands up really fast and Dan doesn't often get a chance to go first. So we'll let him go first today, okay? So We're playing River, River, and while it's not your turn, you can do one of those 3 things. Okay, Dan, go ahead.
Go ahead, bud.
Okay.
Whoops.
Why did you turn it off?
Sorry.
That's okay. Sometimes they turn off on their own, right? Yes, great job with those TT stand. That sounds wonderful. You can get a sticker on that one. Awesome.
Nice. Good work.
All right, Annika, you're next.
Okay, there you go.
Yes, you've got the right idea. Now, Annika, if I was you, I might probably try to start a little bit slower so that those TTs could go a little quicker, right? Because your TAs were very fast and it's hard to play that TT quite that fast. So you might want to slow down just a little bit at the beginning so that you have room for the TT to go nice and quick. But the notes sound good and the fingering looks good. So you may give yourself a sticker there as well. Okay, Eva Ann, you're up next.
You want me to point for you? Okay, here. Nose. G, okay, for the flower. D, left hand D. Okay, and both C's. Finger 2C and finger 4C. Finger 4C, finger 4C. Finger 2C. This one, D. Both move up, yeah. Up. Okay. Yes.
Yep, C's together.
Finger 2C and C, B, C, and C, A, and G, which one?
Okay, so the fingers and the notes look really, really good, Eva Ann, but here's something that I want you to try this week. When you do da da and then you lift your hands off and you turn them like this, that makes it really hard to get them back. So can you go da 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 da? Just a little pop off, not very far, fingers only, not wrists and arms, okay? So let it go pop and then do it again right away without turning the hands, okay? So you're gonna try to stop turning your wrists this week to keep your hands nice and straight in front of you. Does that sound like a good plan?
Thumb up.
Okay, good. All right, Adelina, you're up next. Sorry, Dan, did you have a question?
This doesn't make sense. How can a fish breathe in land?
Oh, yeah, I know, crazy, right? It's just a game. Keep playing, go ahead. Go ahead, Adelina. It's okay.
Okay. Fangen wir an. Von vorne jetzt nochmal und dann fertig.
Yes, good job, Adelina. Okay, I know that it was frustrating to hear those wrong notes, wasn't it? You got really frustrated when you heard those wrong ones, when your finger did the wrong thing. Do you want to know something? I didn't get frustrated when I heard the wrong notes. Okay. I want you to relax a little bit about wrong notes. If your finger accidentally hits the wrong one, it's okay. All right. And I would like to see if you could keep going next time your finger accidentally hits a wrong one. All right. I know that's really hard. It's a really hard skill to learn to keep going. But I think that what happens, and partially this is because solo time is so special, right? We want to get it right for solo time and we want to make sure it's perfect. But sometimes when we're too worried about making it perfect, then we can get really frustrated with it when it doesn't go perfect. And I want you to be happy and excited about your music and not frustrated. So see if you can do that for me, okay? Does that sound like an okay plan to you? Awesome. I think it sounded wonderful. You can give yourself a sticker, okay? All right, great work today, you guys. Sorry, I'll interrupt your game for just a second here. We'll do stickers and stuff like that, but if you're having fun with that game, I would recommend you play for a few minutes after we sing So Long Farewell too, okay? So let's get out our do-a-tang and we'll put some stickers in there. So today is number 17 on Mrs. Treble Clef. So we're stickering number 17, which is very exciting. And then if you can show me with your fingers, how many happy practices did you have, kids? How many happy practices? 6. Well done, Dan. Good job. Oh, move them over a little, Eva. 6. Great job. 5. Well done, Annika. Good work. Adelina, I saw you looking at yours. Did you show me already? I've forgotten if you showed me.
6.
6. Great job. Okay, wonderful. You guys are excellent practicers. Keep it up. I'm excited to hear those great numbers. Awesome. So parents, I've decided that what I'll continue to do going forward is I'll kind of send out that midweek update on Wednesday or Thursday, just as I keep checking the website and looking up what those requirements for group lessons are, whether or not we can be back in the classroom. So look for an email from me around Wednesday or Thursday, whether or not we'll be online next week. My guess is online. It doesn't look like they're relaxing those group lesson things at all. Unfortunately, I think they've lumped us in with sports groups and like dance and karate style things that do group lessons, because the website is very clear that no group lessons of any kind can go forward. But I'm like, we're not strenuously working out or anything like that. So it's too bad. But like I say, I'll continue to check it. I check it pretty much every day to see if anything's changing. And I will let you know, and I'll give you kind of that midweek update email. Unfortunately, it means you're probably going to get a lot more email from me, but hopefully it's all very clear so that we know where we should be and nobody's confused about whether or not to come into the studio or be at home. What's up, Dan? Are you at the end of a line? Yes. Are you at the end of a 50 or 100?
100.
100.
100. Okay, I will put a pin out for you. Where's my list? I'll add you to my list. I will email your mom and dad as soon as I've got it on my door. And okay. And 100. Okay, perfect. So I'll shoot you guys an email once I've got that out there. I've got a bit of a backlog. I've got to get a bunch of pins out and get people picking those up. Yeah.
Just have a quick question. For the what he's supposed to be writing for his composure, that's the first I'm hearing about this. Was he supposed to be doing this last week as well?
No, this is the first week. This is the first assignment to actually write anything down. Last week we just composed in class with patterns and played them for each other. And this week I just want them to get at least a few ideas written down on the paper with like either starting with a rhythm story like we did, or they can write down some patterns or really anything. I find that kids this age often have very concrete ideas about what they want to do and what they don't want to do. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think I emailed out to everybody the composing pages so that you guys can print off as many as you like. I think I did that this morning, but I might be wrong.
I can check. Honestly, I haven't checked my email. I think.
Fair enough. That's totally fine.
So, I'll text you if I don't see it.
Yeah, if you don't find it in the email, Roger, just shoot me a text and I can send you another one. That's no problem at all.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And you know what? For you guys, it might be a good idea. to just email it to me before you guys swap, right? And that way I've got it at least. And then if it doesn't make it with him to the other house, then at least I've got a copy here and he can continue working on it. So just make sure you get it to me. And that's probably the easiest way to keep track of it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll get his whatever
Perfect.
he writes down to you.
Awesome. Yes, Eva Ann.
I also reached it too.
You also reached 100 too. Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to add your name to my list too. All right, and Edelina, did you reach 100 as well?
Well, she reached it last
Oh
week.
yes, you did. I have you on my list, but I haven't put any pins out for anybody.
No, I had a question for you too. It's just about the competitions as well. And that
Yes.
yes, you did email it out because I just saw the papers.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Just for the actual compositions themselves, are you looking for like a certain amount of measures for them to create, or
The minimum for this level is 4 measures.
4 measures?
Usually kids in this age group compose way more than that. They're on to like 8 or 9 measures. They've got lots of ideas that they want to write down, but the minimum is 4.
Okay, and then stop them if they start to go past 8, kind of thing. Just say
If it gets out of control, I would say, yeah.
Okay,
Keep it concise is better than rambling, usually.
Great. Okay, thanks.
And then one more little note, they do want the kids to be using 2 hands at this level. I often find that if they write one hand, we just add chords to the other hand. And that works pretty well for kids in this age group. So you don't have to stress too much about like, oh, should we compose something interesting for left hand? Usually chords is fine.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, are you guys ready to sing with me? How should we sing today? Should we sing Adagio? Really slow? So long, farewell. Oh, they're all shaking their heads. What should we do instead? Fast? Adelina, what do you think?
Very, very fast.
Very, very fast. Okay, here it goes. So long, farewell. Our music class is over. We sang a bit and played a bit, and now it's time to study it. We better do it again. That wasn't very much. That wasn't fun at all. It was terrible. Here we go. One more time. So long, farewell. Our music class is over. We sang a bit and played a bit, and now it's time to study it. Awesome. Have a great Saturday, you guys. I will see you all again next week. Awesome job today.